Okay, cool. Welcome to multiplying decimals, hashtag WTF. And actually that's supposed to be a WTPV, which stands for what the place value. It's pretty good, I know. Boom! That's a yellow paper. You have that yellow paper. It should look like mine. The difference between yours and mine is that if you look at it, all of this should be done. So this part where it says, before you watch the video, read and complete the examples below. That's what you did. You did that. You did that. So if you look here at the pattern, what you're going to see, and I'm going to zoom in on this, so that could be fun. Let's zoom in really fast. Ah! Okay, now we can zoom out a little bit more here. Okay, so there's kind of a cool thing that happens with decimals when we multiply them. So if you see a tenth and then you see a whole, the answer should just be tenths. If you do tenths multiplied by tenths, you should actually have hundredths. Tenths times hundredths is going to give us, you probably just said thousandths. So when you look here at your answers, what's really nice is like, you see 5 times 5, it's 25. Cool. If you have tenths, that means your answer is just going to have tenths. Another way you might see this, I think some elementary teachers probably covered this already, but if I do tenths and tenths, so that's 1, 2 place values, my answer should have 2 place values. So I know that's a very Miss Nixon thing to do right there, just moving the decimal 2 times. If you look somewhere else, like here, 8 times, so 8 tenths times 8 hundredths, so tenths times hundredths should give us thousandths. And so we kind of start at the back. And so something you'll commonly hear is just when you multiply with decimals, just multiply the numbers, and then at the end, add your decimal, right? And so that little movement, right? One thing to think about if you're multiplying 8 tenths times 8 hundredths, that's a small number. That's an even smaller number, and that would be the smallest number of the 3. So if you multiply by decimals, your answer is going to become smaller than what you started with. So if we look down here, we're just going to do one together. That's always exciting. It says, what is the product of 38.4 and 0 and 45 hundredths? So the first thing I'm going to do, I see 1, 2, 3 digits. 1, 2, 3 digits. In this case, this has 3 digits and this has 3, so it doesn't matter which one goes on top. Usually the number with more digits goes on top. I'm including the decimals now, but they don't really matter. So I'm going to multiply just like my 3rd grade teacher taught me to. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 8 is 40 plus 2. I hope this is right. Carry the 4. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 4. Did you say 19? Yeah, you were right. When I come down now, so this is done, this is done, this is done, I'm going to slide over, so I'm going to add that 0, draw my line just to keep it organized, and then 4 times 4, 16, 4 times 8, 32, plus 1, 33, and then 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15. So when I add this up, 0 plus 0 is 0, 2 plus 6 is 8, 9 plus 3 is 12, carry the 1, 1 plus 1 plus 5, 7, and then 1 by itself. So when you look down here, I'm looking for something that I'm seeing, so 1, 7, 2, 8, 0, 1, 2, 3, oh wait a minute. This is not going to be down here because it's an example problem. One thing you may want to do is just make sure that Coach O is right. So 17.280 One little note that I might add is if this is tenths, so we count 1, here we have tenths and hundredths. Just a cool little pattern, right? So think about what's 10 times 100. 10 times 100 is 1,000. Tenths times hundredths gives us thousandths. That's so weird. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 17 and 280 thousandths is your answer. So if you look at what we started with, 38.4, we multiplied by a number that was less than 1, and that actually caused our product to decrease. So the output went down compared to what we started with. Okay? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 problems to do. Should be pretty easy. I think you guys are going to be great at this. It's just good practice multiplying too. Have fun. This is a way of